What's good, you guys? It's Jibu. Now this is my new account and I will only be posting videos pertaining to my race specifically. To every black person watching this video, you should never forget your history. Never forget that black people were once considered non-human beings by white people. You should also never forget about all the African people that were slaughtered by white people during colonization, or the fact that all of our black leaders were assassinated. Never forget about how they dehumanized black slaves by crossbreeding and mutilating them all the time, where they suffered zero repercussions for raping our men, women and children. Let's not also forget about the Arab slave trade. Let's not also forget about all the black men that were lynched for accusations from white women claiming that they had sexually assaulted them. By the way, to all the black women out there that are helping out all these white men ruin my character, do you know how bad white men have done you of anybody else? I don't think anybody's done you worse than white men. But now let me explain why we should never forget our history, and we must also study our history. Now, one reason to why you should never forget your history is because we could find reasons for certain behavior from the past. For example, if I was bitten by a snake without my knowledge, and I went to the doctors one day and let them know about my pain on the area I was bitten, the doctor will assess my medical history, as well as ask me about any events that could have led up to the pain that I feel now. The second reason why you should never forget your history is because we don't want certain negative behaviors to repeat itself. And my third reason is because your history, to a degree, defines who you are as a person. That's why white people tell us to forget about our history and all the wrongdoings they've committed to black people and focus on now, because now they are on their best behavior. But if we were to look at history for what it is, history should tell black people that white people shouldn't be trusted whatsoever, because white people have only done us more harm than good. With the amount of black people they have raped, tortured and robbed, how can you trust them? If history didn't matter, then Bill Cosby would have never been arrested and have been put in prison due to allegations of him raping other women over 30 years ago. And if people want to cancel you, people will simply just look into your history and try and find as much dirt as they can. So it's obvious your history matters. Also, there is no studies to suggest that we are any different than the people that were alive over 500 years ago. So basically, if white people were put in the same predicament to mistreat us once again, they would. So judging by their history, they seem like quite evil and dishonest human beings. Let's not also forget about how not just white people, but Arabics and Indians would openly practice homosexuality. And as much as the world likes to discredit Africa and make it look bad, we are probably the only race group that has never openly practiced nor ever accepted homosexuality. Now, I'm not deeming homosexual, but if the two main factors to homosexuality is sexual abuse and emotional abuse, then some questions must be raised. But how about we look at the good side of black history? Let's not forget about the Mali Empire and Mansa Musa, who to this day is the richest human being to ever exist. Let's not forget about the fact that Ethiopia actually defeated Italy and is the only African country to never be colonized. And let's not forget the fact that African people actually civilized Europe twice in 2 occasions, as well as black people being the first ever human beings. But at the same time, we have to hold ourselves responsible because we were the ones that did give away black slaves. Black people have great potential to do great things. We have a lot of black people today that can make it in the history books, but it's up to them on whether or not they want to be in these history books. So never forget your history and always study your history, learn from your history and have it help you grow. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, peace and take care of yourselves and more.
Nobody's going to do it for us.
That's right.
If we are all running away, when are we gonna make it? We have to stay in Africa, develop in Africa, and then show to the world that Africa have a better image than the one they portray in the West. I think this is what we all need to do as Africans, and then we promote that as Pan-Africans.